Welcome back, everybody, to the Angels franchise here on MLB The Show 26, and this is going to be a huge offseason. The Seattle Mariners, once again, champs 2 out of the first 3 seasons here in this franchise. And because of that, an in-division team that's won 2 titles, we got to keep up with them. We finally make the playoffs. After 14 seasons, this team has not been in the playoffs. We do it for obviously the first time in this franchise, first time in 14 years. So we got to build on that. This offseason is going to be huge. I have a feeling that there's going to be some massive free agents. I think it's going to be absolutely huge. So let's get going here. Let's get into the offseason. I'm just really hoping that Mike Trout does not retire. We're going to find out pretty much right now. All right, we need manager. We need a new manager, third base coach, and farm director. They have all ended. And here we go. Garrett Cole's going to retire. Brooks Raley. Jason Hayward retires. He does not retire. He's not there. That is absolutely fantastic. So Mike Trout will continue on. Nobody makes the Hall of Fame. And there you go. He is still around. He'll be 37 years old. And hopefully this is the season we can go a little bit further in the playoffs. And honestly, with this age, this could really be his last season. I think our goal has got to be World Series. No doubt about it. Now, if we look at our budget at the moment, we have $112 million available to spend. Right now, you can only see, it's only Rodgers and Mike Trout who will be on. Here we are. We had Rodgers and Trout. That's it. Trout has one more year after this. But Valdez is a free agent. Maton's a free agent. Arbitration for Neto. So Neto could be a trade candidate. We'll see, depending, because in my opinion, if Gunnar Henderson, I'm willing to give Gunnar Henderson a big deal because Neto has been, you can see, he's going down. He only hit 245 this year, barely over 302. Slugging's down to 413. Homers are down. Strikeouts are up. Stolen bases are down. And his fielding was not very good. So, at 28 years old, I don't know if I want to give him a big contract where Gunnar Henderson just hit 50. But that's if Gunnar Henderson's a free agent. We'll see. We're going to have to obviously continue to work on this team. A lot of young talent still. But first, let's try to look for a manager, a third base coach, and a farm director. So let's take a look at some managers here. Alfonso Aguilar, +3 speed, break, plate discipline, and plate vision. Not bad. Let's try it out here. Let's try to offer him. We'll go up to $16 million over 3 years. We'll try that. He doesn't like that, actually. Get this up a little bit further. Let's go 17 over 3. All right, that's a little bit higher. We need, a farm director and a third base coach. So third base coach. I don't mind some, if it's 1 negative, I have no big deal about that. But Quentin Browning, 1 blocking, 1 reaction, 2 speed, and +1 durability. Let's try him. Let's just offer him 4. And let's go to farm director. It's going to be, I don't know why I started at the bottom, because that's going to be your people you probably don't want to go for. Dan Howe, 3 steam, 3 durability. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get any better than that. Contact, plate vision, K/9, and speed. Larry Conrath. Let's try him as a farm director. Let's go to 4.5, just overspending a little bit. And I think that's good there. All right, exclusive free agent negotiations. Valdez, Maton, Vest, Keller, Lauer, Bender. Honestly, I'm going to let him hit free agency. I'm not going to offer him a deal right now. I'm probably not going to offer many qualifying offers to any of these players at the moment. Maton last year ended up 45 saves. ERA went up a little bit. He had just an unbelievable season with the Cubs there in 2027, winning reliever of the year. So he's going down a little bit. Will Vest, last year with us, 68 2/3 innings pitched. ERA lowered, whip lowered. I don't mind bringing him back. 33 holds. So if we can maybe I'm not going to tender a qualifying offer, but I don't mind giving him maybe a 1-year deal. See if he takes that. before we hit, like, obviously free agency. Brad Keller, a little bit up there. You know, a lot more innings pitched than he has the last 2 years. But still, solid work. And like I've said always before, I feel like bullpen, a lot of the times you need kind of a reset. But I don't mind trying to bring, let's see what he wants. That's not bad. If we can go up to like 8.8 over 1 year, that's fine. Eric Lauer, he was kind of disappointing, even though he's going up. You know, the year we brought him in before, very good. 72 thirds, 293, 117 ERA, but this year it elevated. So, and I don't think he was that productive, really. I can't see the averages here, but I think lefties hit him pretty well. So, I'm not sure about that. And same thing with Anthony Bender. You know, he is going down. Bender, I'm fine letting him walk. So, we'll try to bring back Keller and Vest. Maton, I'm not sure. I might... What does he want? Let's see just what he wants. You know, this is going to be a lot of money towards everything. I mean, doesn't like the coaching staff. He's expecting top tier, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a possibility. You know what? Let's just let him go for right now and see where that rolls. I'm fine with that. So we're going to sim these first few days here. He accepted our manager offer, so that's awesome. He accepted the third base coach offer, and that he does not. So he goes to the Nationals. So let's look for another farm director here. Wow. Didn't realize the A's, Alex Cora might be going to the A's there. Alfredo Calero, contact drag. I don't really care much about drag bunting. Reaction plate vision, velocity, Leonard Kino. Let's try him out. We'll go up to 3.8 and go from there. Don't think anybody's accepted these deals yet. And there you go. We're good coaching staff-wise. Sim through the date there. No. Now, I want to see something real quick because the coaching staff wasn't very good. It's still not. According to that, he wants top tier and the status isn't very good. So it isn't right there. So we got to watch on Keller, invest. Other than that, it's going to hit free agency and it's going to be interesting to see. So we go through the date. Here we go. We're going to get close. Here we go. So we'll select our 40-man roster. Obviously, we have salary arbitration. The tender contracts, I've said this before, will not show. There's just no reason to it. I mean, all those guys are you just going to go through the entire list. And obviously, you don't have to bring back everybody, but it's just a boring process. There's no reason to show. I'm going to wait on free agency. I'm not going to show that yet. So arbitration eligible. Peyton Tolley, I believe this is his first year as arbitration eligible. It is. So this is his first season. Neto's got a year left. I think Kobe Mayo, this might be his first season, maybe a second season. So you got Ben Joyce, Murakami, Jeremiah Jackson, Chase DeLauder, Blaze Alexander. A lot of guys up here, arbitration eligibles. So Peyton Tolley, we're going to definitely offer him arbitration. Let's just go up to like $900K. He'll probably get more than that. What does he want as an offer? Yeah, he wants a decent contract. Now, what usually I do here is just kind of like lowball them. You know, they're not going to accept this offer and then it just goes to arbitration. You know, that's kind of what you do. He'll never accept this offer. It's never going to happen. And I just put a contract up there. If he wants to accept it, that's perfectly fine. We're going to make Neto an offer here of arbitration. But honestly, right now, I'm going to try to sign him to a 1-year deal. If we can, it's going to be let's see how low he can goes. Because I wouldn't mind if he accepted right away and we can just skip the arbitration and he might be a trade eligible. So it's going to be a little bit more, $16 million. Let's see if he takes that. Let's see, we're going to offer it to Mayo. We're just going to do the kind of standard there. And I'll just continue to roll through this as, yeah, if they accept a deal like this, so be it. But I'm fine going to arbitration knowing that you're going to get them for at least 3 more years of arbitration. So I'm fine with that. Ben Joyce, I've always had issues with him. But he has an 86 overall A potential. And he's a great, Rating-wise reliever, he's very good. His ERA and WHIP did lower last year. I mean, it's right around kind of the same. Strikeouts did go up, but had a solid season if you think about it. I don't know what kind of deal he wants. We'll obviously offer the arbitration to Ben Joyce. That's a big deal for a reliever, man. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm not offering you that. How many years of arbitration does Ben Joyce have left? He'll be a free agent next year. So if we offered him, say, a 2-year deal, let's see how low we can go here. Yeah, that's about $8.5 million per year. Let's offer that. Just see if he maybe takes it. Murakami, obviously, want to bring him back. Let's offer him some arbitration. Man, yeah, $13.6 million. And will he be a free agent next year? Or I think he had 2. He had a few years left. Yeah, a few years left there. Yeah, that's actually not that bad of an offer, honestly. That's only $11.7 million a year. It's not a whole lot. I don't know how much lower he would go. What if we tried $10 million a year, like $50 million over 5? I would do that deal, to be honest. Jeremiah Jackson, he actually is going down. Even though he had one of the best seasons of his career, 260, 735 OPS. A lot of strikeouts. He hit 18 home runs, 28 doubles in 145 games. I mean, obviously, we're just going to offer him arbitration. Either way, he can be a very valuable bench player if that happens. I'm not going to offer him anything crazy here. So let's just go this down. I'd rather settle for arbitration. Chase DeLauder, best season, I believe, of his career as well. 271, 811 OPS with 24 home runs, 24 doubles. Had a great season. DeLauder has been a great acquisition. So we're going to just do the same here. Low ball, and then go down to arbitration. Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to offer arbitration, honestly, with everybody here. I like Blaze Alexander as well. I think he could be a very valuable bench player. So I'm just going to offer him arbitration. Maybe we can get like a 1-year deal done if possible, but he's going to want a lot. So we'll just lower that down. Andy Rodriguez just didn't get the at-bats, but I'm fine keeping him around. I mean, still a 182. You're not getting much of anything, but he only had 66 at-bats the entire season, which is kind of wild to think that he only played 18 games. As a backup catcher, you only getting 18 games is kind of crazy to me, but I think he has the potential. Solid contact to field. He's not bad. He's got really good pop time, as you can see, and a very good arm. I mean, how old is he? He's only, 28 years old? I mean, we'll see, because Logan O'Hoppe has a possibility of being a free agent next year. So I'm fine bringing him back. He had a great season for us in AAA the year before. Campero, he brings a lot of speed. Good speed, good arm. I think he performed not bad, 248. You're going to be, like I said, another bench guy. You're not, for fielding and speed, you're going to need those guys. His fielding's at 62 at the moment. But good speed, good arm out there. Gives you kind of a pinch run possibility. I don't mind trying to bring him back. A lot of these guys I don't mind actually bringing back. What would his arbitration be? Yeah, like if that works out there, that's perfect. And Vidal Brujan, I mean, career year. Ends up with 5 home runs, 291 average, a 347 on base, 783 OPS. The best of his entire career. I mean, not even close. Really a career year with us and really filled in and had some very good moments. And another guy that plays multiple positions, pretty much everywhere but first and catcher he can play. His fielding needs work, but he's a great hitter, solid arm. And I think we'll offer him arbitration as well. Yeah, that's crazy he wants that much money. I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of real baseball contracts. But we're going to offer them all. We all got a contract. We'll see if Murakami does actually accept that deal, because I would take that. But everybody else obviously lowballed. And we offer arbitration to pretty much everybody there. As for 40-man, Right now, looks like we have 33 on the 40-man roster. I'm definitely going to add Tyler Bremner to the 40-man because he's going to get a shot at the rotation. They're saying, yeah, Davalillo, Cavadas, some of these guys I guarantee would not be picked. Now, Davalillo has a chance. He's a B potential, 70 overall at age 21. There's a chance that somebody could take an offer at him. You know, pop time needs work fielding, but, you know, he's 50 contact, 52 power. He's not going to give you much speed, obviously. Solid arm. I don't know. I mean, where is he technically? Can we see that right now? Like top prospects, we can. So right now in our organization, he's number 7. Now let me see if I can. He is not top. He's a top 100 prospect at 95. There's Roger Hearn. He's a. Did they have the new list up? I'd like to see that. So Roger Hearn is number 9 at the moment as top 100 prospects. So obviously new draft picks. Bert Fox is still number 1, which is crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to put him on the 40-man roster right now. We have the deadline till November 20th. So if we look at the calendar, obviously, we have a few weeks just to kind of see where free agent goes. And maybe we make a decision there. So I think that's where we're going to pretty much get into it. Like I said, I'm just going to skip through tender contracts, and then we'll get right back to you, and we'll get in to free agency and see what it's like. All right, now that is done, we didn't tender everybody's contracts. Some of these guys just aren't going to return. And you can see the list of guys I just don't really think about bringing back. I mean, potential's down there. Age is up there. So those are the guys I probably are not going to bring back. I can fill in somewhere else. But it is time for free agency. Who we're going to see on here. Let's take a look. And you can see top free agents available. Gunnar Henderson is available. That's kind of what we wanted to see. So we're going to go over. Let's select shortstop for sure. I think always starting pitcher, no doubt about it. Probably relief, I would guess. And then let's see, left-handed batter and maybe a right-handed pitcher. Do we want to do like more power pitching? We'll do power pitching for that. The two needs, so maybe that'll help us out for sure. But we take a look at the big board. I mean, they did offer him a qualifying offer, the Baltimore Orioles, and he's going to want a lot of money. Who knows if he's even going to be interested in us? But that is like our top guy right now is Gunnar Henderson. I want to take a look at everybody else really quickly. Yeah, Logan Webb, Hunter Brown, George Kirby, Glasnow is there. There's Valdez once again. Some very solid pitchers. Very solid. Bullpen. Got some solid bullpen arms as well. We got $88 million in budget. So, I mean, if we could sign him, it's going to be takes up a lot of the budget for sure. And Boba Shett, Royce Lewis, C.J. Abrams, who we thought about trading for last year, if you remember correctly, and he ended up with 30 home runs, 311 average, so he definitely earned the contract. He's going to earn a solid contract. He's having for 5 years, nearly $15 million a year. Yordan Alvarez, that is a huge one there. Wow, that could be absolutely huge, but our outfield is stacked. But Duran, Riley Green, that is a stacked free agent left field position there. And then you got Byron Buxton. You got O'Neal Cruz. Lane Thomas. Man, Cruz, you could switch him back to short, but now up to 30 years old as Buxton is 35. You know, it's a one-year deal over about $37 million. Probably could give it to him. Kerry Carpenter. So this is a solid list. It really is. But you know where we're going? We're going Gunnar Henderson. I don't know. I mean, contender, we have it. So now we've made the playoffs, so that's going to really help us out. I don't know if he has the... We're going to see. We're going to see if he has any motivation to come here. I think really looking at it, I mean, starting pitching with Valdez gone, that is definitely hurts us a lot in the rotation. But the question is, do I trust in maybe just going to, maybe I just go back to him. He wants a 1-year deal. Maybe we try it out. Or do we go somewhere else? Or do we trust in the young pitchers? That's the real question, too. Like Mitch Keller, right? Mitch Keller, last year with San Francisco, 4.5, 1.3 whip, 109 strikeouts. I think it would be more strikeouts than you. He has some really good stuff. I mean, he is going up B potential. He's asking for 2-year deal, $18.5 million. That's not bad. Castillo. Yeah, there's solid guys here that you can definitely possibly pick up. Because I don't know if I want to really give a massive contract to a... I'm kind of waiting on the Gunnar Henderson thing. Because if we get Gunnar, that just changes up everything. It really does. Because, we're going to have to figure out what our budget is after that. So maybe we can look at possible... I'm going to go to all again. Now let's think of maybe relievers. Continue to get that bullpen rolling. We really do need lefties. Jojo Romero. Last year at Philadelphia. 2.87 ERA with a 1.29 whip. Good strikeout rate. Walks were elevated, though. But that's also he pitched more innings. 17 holds. Wouldn't mind another lefty out of the bullpen. Obviously, Brad Keller. You got Cole Sands. I mean, there's decent guys here. So let's add Will Vest. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try to get these guys going here. We'll just try to bring them back. That's probably the good option right away. Just try to bring back West and then Keller. Yeah, let's try to offer them. See if they'll come back to us, and then we'll go from there. So I think that's going to be our top 3. We're going to see where Gunnar Henderson lands. It could be a complete miss, and it won't work at all. So I think that's what we're going to... I don't think there's any... Yeah, there's no signings yet. So I think we're going to lock in the changes here and sim through. Hopefully Vest is back, hopefully Keller, but it is going to knock back our, it's going to go down to, $70 million if those two guys sign. So let's see where that goes from here. All right, decision on Brad Keller. And he says not quite yet. So nothing there yet. All right, Will Vest. And Will Vest says not quite yet as well. All right, let's stop. Let's see where we sit. This is going to be a big one here. Where do we sit with Gunnar Henderson? Well, Tyler Glasnow to the A's. Yeah, that's a possibility. Let's just not interested right now. 20% right now in Gunnar Henderson. The Orioles are obviously in talks going back to Baltimore. That makes perfect sense. Let's offer Will Vest another contract here. Let's just up it to $11 million. And then let's go back to Brad Keller and offer, let's go to $9 million there. And then right now, obviously, still 20% right now with Gunnar Henderson. So you get a +6 per week. Obviously, if these guys are gone, we can just add one more. The boost is going to go up even more. But we'll see. I don't know if we're going to get into anything. So let's just lock in those changes and go to week 2. All right, Will Vest. All right, Will Vest is back. All right, that's good to see. Blockbuster trade, Alex Freeland is going to the Chicago White Sox. And the Dodgers getting Grant Taylor and Chris Murphy. Man, the Dodgers just constantly make moves. Definitely insane. But there you go. Alex Freeland going to the Chicago White Sox. All right, Brad Keller. Come on, man. There you go. Brad Keller back. Whoa. We got 2 trades. Hunter Goodman, Bryce Elder, Ryan Feltner going to the Red Sox. Ray Juarez, Conrad, Castro, and Pozo. If I'm pronouncing that right, going through. But the Red Sox making some big moves. And then, the Cubs signed Logan Webb. So Logan Webb has signed a 4-year deal, about $170 million for the Chicago Cubs. That's probably the first real big contract. We'll see here in a second. And let's see. So, big trades going down. That's what we might be doing here shortly. We'll see. Or George Kirby. Now, he wants a big deal. Obviously, going back to the Mariners, I think he's just going to go back to the Mariners. I mean, I'd love a pitcher like George Kirby, but there's just no way. We're just going to say not interested at the moment. It's just too much money. So we have $68 million to spend right now. Anybody talking to anybody? I'd like to see, I really wish to see if there was like contracts around. But I think maybe, let's look at more, maybe relievers. Maybe like one reliever right now. Maybe another closer. Felix Bautista. Bring in another, I mean, look at those. Look at hits per nine. Look at all, it's like 98, 98, 99, 99. His control's just not great. What did he do last year? They had him at, yeah, the year. This is like kind of like a see what you can get from him. He struggled after the injuries, but if you look at the numbers before, it's just ridiculous. I mean, 2023, he came on in 2022, really good. 2023, 61 innings, 110 strikeouts and 61 innings pitched. Just ridiculous numbers. Crazy numbers. So I wouldn't mind bringing in a Felix Bautista. He's got that nasty sinker. He doesn't want a whole lot of money. Maybe it can convince Gunnar, hey, man, we're going after. I'm not going after Pete Fairbanks. Get out of here. I think let's try it. Let's just try it. Why not? I'm going to leave this empty because obviously the more this goes, it goes down. So, so +8. So that'll get them up to, 37% next week. And the rumor talking to, you can see the Oriole logo is gone. So nothing really. Let's stick with this. I think this is good. Any other signings? We got Cal. That's it. That's it for right now. So we're going to stick with this at the moment. And we're going to lock that in. All right. Let's sim through here. We do have to make a decision on the 40-man. So do we want to put him on the 40-man? Do you think he will really get taken? I don't know. Catcher's a tough spot. It really is. So I think we're going to put him on. Because right now we have, 36? So obviously 4 more guys on the 40-man. It's just because he's a 70 overall. B potential. He's only 21. I could see somebody taking a chance. And with Logan O'Hoppe, I mean, his age is fine. He's just going to be a free agent next year. He could be a backup catcher. So let's just, put him on the 40-man anyway, just due to the fact that if we have an injury to catcher, we can bring him up. I want to look at the 40-man actually really quick. Is there anybody I don't mind really taking off? Bryce Theodoso. Do we really? I mean, these guys will probably get claimed, in my opinion. But I don't know. Like Vaughn Grissom, let's take him off. Let's just remove him from the 40-man. That opens up a spot. Anybody else? No, the more you get up, you're not going to want to, take anybody off. So we didn't really lose anything there. I'm fine. Everybody on that list, there's no way they're taking. No way. All right. Andres Munoz going to the Boston Red Sox. It's like the same teams. Red Sox, Dodgers, Mariners making big deals, Cubs. So 4 years, $63 million deal. And speaking of the Mariners, Hunter Brown, 5 years, $188 million. Just continue to get better and better. I mean, it's just crazy what we're going to have to put up with. It's insane. So it looks like there was some signings here. Let's take a look. It's up to 37. It is verified he is talking back with the Orioles. But Bautista's at 61. But let's take a look at the signings here. So you have Bo Bichette's going to Pittsburgh for 6 years. Gabriel Moreno's going to the Philadelphia Phillies. So there's some big signings there. A lot of money. And let's try to get a deal done with Felix Bautista. Let's just give him what he wants at the moment and see if that works. We're getting close. We're getting really close with Gunnar Henderson. I'm just hoping it continues on. We're close. We're up to 37%, and we're just going to lock in those changes there. Also, everybody, thank you so much once again for continuing to support this series. New subscribers, thank you so much. Just continue to hit that like button. Really helps out a lot. Like everybody's, seeing teams for possibly college football 27. I mean, I really hope that game is, last year it dropped, I think, a little bit, but I just can't wait. Hopefully it turns out to be a great game. I really enjoyed Madden last year. So I just always, every year, I mean, I never root them for the go bad. I always want these games to be good. And I really cannot wait. I've actually enjoyed this, the show this year. I know it has its issues, obviously, and definitely needs some improvements, but I have definitely enjoyed it. And getting into season number 4, I feel like we're just kind of getting started. I mean, usually I kind of cap out at 4 years. I don't know, but this year it just feels different. Like I feel like we can get to a 5th year or a 6th year, even more maybe. We'll see. I feel like we're speeding up a little bit, which is fine because it's baseball. It's 162 games. I mean, you have to take it that way. But let's continue to sim through. Another blockbuster trade. Ben Rice, Caballero, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Lynch going to the Mariners. Wow. Wow, man. So you got number 21 prospect Arroyo going to the Yankees. Ramsey, Canzone, Rivas. Man, I cannot speak right now. They're going. That's not even that's a terrible trade. I mean, I guess you get one top prospect and you kind of fill in the rest. So, man, the Mariners are just loading up. And Grayson Rodriguez, he gets traded again. Now going to the Arizona Diamondbacks. We traded him, obviously, for a 1-year deal on the pitcher for Framber Valdez. And, it worked out in our favor. It really did. But he's now a Diamondback. Gonzalez? Man, look at the Red Sox. It's just the same teams. And this is a same division. This is crazy. Justin Gonzalez is going there. You got a top 35 prospect. Was he a draft choice? Yeah, 2020 round 4 draft choice. So this past season, 61 overall closer. And Dennis Santana is going to the Blue Jays. And they get Jake Myers, Jimenez, Fisher, Fleming. That's more of an even deal, I think. That's not bad. But, man, Blue Jays and Red Sox making deals together? It's kind of crazy to think. So, all right, Felix Bautista, the contract decision. And we got Felix Bautista. I like this signing. It's not like crazy deal. He's had a rough couple of years. He gets a new, vision, new team. He's going to be the closer of this team. I think he still has a ton of potential. Not only that, hey, Gunnar Henderson, we got Felix Bautista. We got Kobe Mayo, a guy that, you came up with. We got some Orioles on this team. Come over to us. We're going to see. This is going to be really interesting because he's going to be very, very close. Oh, looks like Shane Bass signed. Yankees are involved. That's not what I want to see. We're a week away. He'll be ready to possibly sign. All right, so Avedo 1-year deal. Bass 7 years, $24.3 million. Spencer Torkelson's going to sign a 4-year deal with the Detroit Tigers. Pasquantino, 6-year deal with the Twins. Bradish ends up signing with the A's. Edwin Diaz, a 2-year deal with the Reds. That's kind of where we left off. I guess said last time, I love that they finally put this in here because you just would never see. You had to go to the main screen or transactions. Finally, it's in here so I can see big time, or just main free agent pickups. I really like to see that. So we can do one more player kind of to add a priority, but right now, we got about $58 million to spend. Man, nobody's on Buxton right now. This is going to be huge. Like I said, this decides the entire free agency. Because if we sign Gunnar Henderson, that we're just going to fill in gaps here and there. If we don't sign Gunnar Henderson, the real question is, where do you go from there? Do we go after a George Kirby? Or, Yordan Alvarez is sitting there. Problem is we have a outfield that is absolutely stacked. So it just wouldn't really make sense to bring him in. Adley Rutschman's sitting there too. Just sign him up, man. Sign up Adley Rutschman. Just, hey, Gunner, come on over. Yeah, I mean, like Buxton, I would love. What did he do last year? Let's see. Because he got traded. So 27 home runs, 100 RBI, just 11 stolen base. Obviously go down 251 average, 825 OPS. Obviously up there now at 35 years old. So he doesn't have much in the way of years. But if you get like George Kirby, if you can steal him away from Seattle, 19-8 last year, one of the best pitchers in baseball, that could be the play. Just, hey, trust in the lineup. If we don't get, Gunner here, and then go after George Kirby. Would he be interested? Maybe. I mean, it showed it earlier that he was a possible jump onto our board. Is there anybody else maybe like backup? But I think even our bench is looking pretty solid at the moment. Maybe we can continue to try to fill in some bullpen. More lefties, maybe. He's going down. He didn't have that bad of a year last year. 306 with a 1.33 whip. I mean, not as good as 2027, but still not bad. Tyler Holton. Very solid numbers. Man, 72 and 2/3. He only allowed 5 home runs. This might be somebody I'm really interested in here. Get another lefty out of the bullpen. Like you got Romero. Let's see. Romero wants 1 over 8.9. He wants 8.4. Let's just throw him on there. See what he wants. Could be another lefty out of the pen. Okay. Here we go. We're going to get to the week where Gunnar Henderson's going to get over 50%. Hopefully it gets to that week and it's not like a signing has to be done, because that we're going to be in some major trouble if he's not going to sign, obviously. So we'll lock it in. Here we go. This is a huge week. Tyler Glasnow, 3-year deal, $100 million going to the Brewers. He was only looking for a 1-year deal, but he gets a 3-year deal out of it. And we've reached the week. Oh, man. Here we go. Victor Carantini, possibly. You know what? I'm not interested at the moment. Just say not interested. So Gunner at 54, we can sign him. Holton's at 51. Did anybody else sign? We saw Glasnow, Luis Gil, 3-year deal to the Padres. They're beefing up their rotation. They really are. They're trying. Here we go. This is going to be this is huge. I'm going to up it. I want him, man. That's going to be like a $400 million contract. It's a lot. It's a lot. Trust me. I know. I mean, if you look at it, he's only 27 and he hit 50 home runs last year. 302 average, 993 OPS. He's had an OPS over 900 the last 3. I mean, why not? I'm fine going to I want to get Gunnar Henderson. So we're going to go around $42 million per year. It's a lot. I know. It's crazy. 10-year deal. Let's try. Gunnar Henderson. We're giving it a shot. And I got a boost. So that's awesome. And we can still get Tyler Holton because he only wants $8.4 million. That we still got we had plenty of money there. So we'll offer him that deal. And now we're going to lock in the changes. Oh, man. Here we go. What is going to happen? Contract decision incoming. It's taking forever. This thing takes so long. Uh-oh, we got a contract. And we got Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson has signed. We just got one of the best baseball players in baseball. And he's only 27 years old. Welcome to the Angels, Gunnar Henderson. We're going to change that glove up to red. Oh, man, this is huge. The biggest signing of the franchise. This is a massive deal. I tried to think about, if you guys were watching, obviously, we tried to think about trading for him. He was not locked up. He wasn't. It was a real possibility that we're going to trade for Gunnar Henderson. We were going to try in 2 months in, and then all of a sudden the Orioles were on a run. They lock him up. They're saying he's not available, and we just couldn't get it obviously done. But we knew there's a real possibility that he was going to get free agency, and here you go. Gunnar Henderson is an angel. We got to keep up with the Seattle Mariners, and this is a big time deal. This is amazing. Man, I am pumped right now. Pumped up. Love to see it. Love to see it. So we hit the winter meetings. Rule 5 drafts coming up. So this is going to be your Tyler Holton. And he says, disappointing offer. So draft lottery, we don't have to worry about this, obviously, since we're in the playoffs. So the if you've been in the top 3 possible, it has been a disaster for you. So right now I'm looking at the Tigers, Rangers, maybe the White Sox. There's a good chance that they get the top pick in the draft. So we'll see. Can the Nats stay up top? You got Nationals, Rockies, Marlins. Let's see where they last. This takes forever too. I don't understand why this screen takes 20 years to get through. Look how long it is taking. Can we speed some of that stuff? The Nationals do keep it. The Nationals do keep it, but look at that. The Chicago White Sox jump up 4 spots to get the 2 pick. And they got Rockies, Marlins, Padres, and Rays. They all just jump out 1. And it stays kind of the same. We'll have the 19th pick in the draft. But the Nats will have the number 1 pick in the draft. And we get to the week of free agency. That's so cool to see. That's great to see. Yeah, we have $15 million. Actually, let's back out of this real quick. I want to take a look at what we got here. Let's look at the pitching rotation. So obviously we don't have, Tolley, Rogers, Klassen, Henderson, and you can see the bullpen right now. We got Felix Bautista. We probably, I want to bring him in. We need another bullpen arm. So we bring him in. I maybe could bring in one more, and maybe this is what I'm thinking about right now. So what I am thinking about is a possible trade. And the guy we talked about it coming in here is Zach Neto. With Gunnar Henderson signed, Neto, maybe we can get somebody. I mean, let's see. Let's look at starters. I want to go let's go to the Pirates real quick. Yeah, Skeens is still not. And he's going to be a free agent next year. That's just it. He's going to be a free agent. Pirates aren't going to sign him. Really stupid decision there. Is there anybody? I mean, the Dodgers love making deals, right? Yeah, Blake Snell. It would only be a 1-year deal. I mean, Sasaki's interesting because, 6-9, but he is same thing. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like a buy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Zach Gallen, you could throw in there. I mean, they're not looking for shortstop anyway. The Orioles are now looking for shortstop, that's for sure. I'd rather keep him in the NL. I don't want to trade him in the AL for sure. Braves, Cole Reagans, but he just signed I don't want that. You could get Spencer Strider on a final year of his 4-year deal. But look at his ERAs, man. ERAs and whips have just been terrible. He has been awful. I don't know if that's really worth it. Because I'm thinking now, say this is the final season of Mike Trout, and that contract is gone. Skeens might be a free agent next year. So you're almost thinking about possibly saving money. It's possible. Anybody else looking for a shortstop? Not really. Just looks like the Braves. Yeah, I mean the Orioles, but I'm not really any of those guys. I'm not really worried about there. They're looking for prospects. Like, who do the Diamondbacks have right now? Perdomo. Mason Wynn is one, but they're looking to get rid of guys. Ellie De La Cruz is on the block. That's insane. It's a 97 overall. See, that makes sense, though. You know, what do you see? He'll be a free agent next year. Like, Ellie De La Cruz is going to be a free agent next year. This makes sense. I don't get I understand they're seeking prospects. They're kind of in a rebuild mode where the Pirates aren't. And I get it, but, like, dude, you're not going to re-sign them. Like, I don't know. I would just try to get whatever I can with them for right now, or really lean in and be like, hey, we're going to actually give some guy a big-time contract. Because the Reds already know they're not going to do it. So Ellie De La Cruz is probably going to get traded, which is just wild to think about. But it's going to happen. I mean, we'll see. He could be a free agent next year, too. The free agent market next year could be absolutely bonkers crazy. I think the free agent markets are just going to get crazier and crazier. They don't even have the budget for them. I'd have to, like, that's the thing with the Braves. They just don't even have the budget for it. I'd have to take, that's not going to match up salary-wise. I'd have to take up a lot more salary. Man. Who's got a lot of budget who can deal with? Especially a contending team. There's not many. I mean, the Diamondbacks got pretty good, contender, but they're not really looking for a shortstop. Somehow the Dodgers have crazy budget. They're not looking for a shortstop either. Their shortstop is Mookie Betts, so they don't really need a shortstop at all. You could move Betts out to left field. I don't know if I could even edit that. Because I could see the Dodgers doing that. I mean, you put him out left. I know I'm just adding to the Dodgers, talent. Yeah, Blake Snell, that kind of work. I mean, Zach Gallen, what did Zach Gallen do last year? 19-7 with a 4.35 ERA of the 1.27 WHIP. So Zach Gallen's a possibility. And maybe you could get both. Hey, Suzuki's been terrible. Why not just throw him in? Let's see if I'm going to actually try this really quickly. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I can do that, right? Because I think that would make sense. I know I'm kind of like grifting the system here. But let's see. Move him out the left. Does he still have his secondary positions? Because if I don't, I screw that up. Yeah. Still has, and then that gives them a left fielder. That gives them a left fielder, obviously. And now I can offer that deal. Let's try it. I mean, like I said, I probably grifted it a little bit, but I don't really care. I'm giving you Zach Neto. The Dodgers can just shut it. All right. Let's try, because, this doesn't make sense either, because why would they give up Zach Gallen? They would not give up Zach Gallen. I don't think that would happen. It doesn't make sense for them to give him up. Like, especially if they're trying to just win another World Series or get, at least get back to the World Series, River Ryan. But Suzuki is a possibility. I just don't have anybody else that I'd really even want from them. It'd have to be some other top guy, like a prospect-wise, that we could possibly add. Morales, he's number 97 in top 100. Great fielding. Not really seeing anything. I might have to switch it back because I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, like, why would the Dodgers trade him? It is really a thing. Like, maybe you could get Suzuki and just hope that he turns out to be very good. I'm not quite sure if I want to try to do that. Because, like, he is technically arbitration eligible for the next 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to really happen. They would probably take it. Don't get me wrong. Like, in game, they would probably take this deal. But in real life, that just does. Why would you get rid of a guy that won 19 games last year? It just doesn't make sense. Now the thing is, he's not locked up. That is the one thing that I'm kind of seeing. Like, where Ohtani and Yamamoto are like, no go. It's not happening. Where Snell, Gallen, Sasaki are available. I was thinking about doing both of them, but I think it's just one. So maybe we just try to acquire Zach Gallen. Like, I'm trying to see hits per 9 righties. Like, yeah, controls at 45. His controls at 70. Really good clutch. Let's try Zach Gallen. Now, I know you're giving up a pitcher, but if we 1v1 this, that gives them the shortstop. You move Betts to left, which I just did. And then it just gives us a pitcher, gives us Zach Gallen. And then we can possibly get another reliever. We're trying to get there with Holton, and that might do our offseason. Let's just try and see what happens. And then see if we can sign him to a deal. Let's go up to like let's just do $9 million and go from there. Okay, I'm fine with that. We're going to lock it in. Let's see. Nothing yet. Rule 5 draft is up. Holton, will he sign? He will sign. So that adds the lefty to the bullpen. I like he's had dominant last couple of years. So let's go to the Rule 5 draft. See who's taken here. Colby Thomas, Walters, Frazier, Cano, another, Oriole reliever. Nestor Cortez, Michael Toglia. That's a crazy one. And Michael Toglia, big time power hitter for the Rockies. He just hasn't even played the last few years. That's crazy. For a guy that hit 25 home runs in 24, injuries, just interesting. I would really think about taking him. I just don't think it would work. Like, I don't really have a spot for him. He'd definitely be a bench guy. Anybody else on this list that I could really think about taking? Usually it is relievers. You know what? I think we're good. And Drew Jones, man, what happened to him? I think we're good. I think we're just going to skip our selection. G-Win Bay went. I was thinking about it. And that's it. All right. Nothing yet on that deal over the Dodgers. Interesting. Really? They're taking a... Oh, it's because I think... Maybe because he hasn't signed yet. That's a possible reason why. That is a real possibility. So let's go in here real quick. Let me see, actually. Like, if I up this deal to Neto... Let's do something like that, like $18 million a year, and he signs. Maybe that, because he's technically not under contract. That might be why. We only have $4 million to spend. I'm not really worried about it. I think we're good technically right now. I'm waiting just to see how this deal works out. But if we look at the rotation right now, yeah, if we acquire Zach Gallen, we just throw him in. Bullpen is looking very good. New closer. If we don't acquire Zach Gallen, I mean, Neto's going to have a position to play, so we're going to have to think about that as well. But if you look at this lineup, I mean, woof. We're going to have to make more decisions because we kind of ran out of guys last year. I think the whole thing is Jeremiah Jackson's just going to have to probably be a bench player, and we can have DePaul out in the outfield. I mean, Trout's going to have to DH Mayo at first. DeLauder in right. But man, Enrique Bradfield Jr. needs to be starting too. He needs to be the starting center fielder. We need to really move guys around here. We really do. We really have to move guys around. Because they get our outfield. We got say it's Nicky Hoover, Enrique Bradfield Jr., and Chase DeLauder. That leaves out Jose DePaula, because Kobe Mayo can go back to first because I want Trout the DH. So we're kind of running out of spots. Unless we kind of like figure out a way that Nicky Hoover, he can't play the infield. Neither can DePaula. Man, this is rough right now. Unless you move, like, that's... Yeah, unless Neto's gone. Murakami plays second base. You move Kobe Mayo to third base. He plays third. DePaula is at first. And then you're good. And then you have a DH being probably... I mean, he has got 86 fielding. Probably... Well, Trout probably is your DH. So I think that's what we might do. Like, Neto's probably going to have to go here. We move Murakami to second base. Obviously, Gunnar goes to short. Move him to second base. And then you got... it'd be like... So let's just go around. It'd be Ohapi a catcher. First base would be... Sorry, I'm like thinking out loud here. Just trying to think about it. Think about this every offseason. Because right now we're kind of stacked. And I don't want Enrique Bradfield Jr. on the bench. Like, Blaze Alexander's fine. Brujan, that's perfectly fine. But they can't be on the bench. So, yeah, you got catcher Logan Ohapi. First base, you'd have Josue DePaula. Second base, you got Murakami. Short, you got Gunnar Henderson. Third base, you got Kobe Mayo. And then in the left, you got Nicky Hoover. Center, you got Enrique Bradfield Jr. And then right, you got Chase DeLauder. And then your DH is Mike Trout. That's how we would roll. And then you'd have Jeremiah Jackson, Vidal Brujan, and Blaze Alexander with Endy Rodriguez as your bench. That's a pretty good bench. Because Brujan can play any position. Same thing with Blaze Alexander. Yeah, it's pretty good. Because Jeremiah Jackson can play the outfield as well. Okay, that's the move right now. So let's just continue to sim on. I think they're going to wait till he signs before this trade is even gone through. It is rejected, though. Oh, they have to adjust their budgets first. Oh, okay. Okay. They will adjust the budgets. I have noticed that before. So when they say that, they will adjust the budget to try to make the trade fit. See, our budget now is... we need to make some room. So 748K, so maybe... Man, they have plenty of budget. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, we have to adjust our budget. Maybe it's up. That's really strange. Throw in Sam Bachman just to see what happens. Man, if we have injuries to the bullpen, I'm noticing that now, we are kind of screwed. Let's try that. The budget should match up then, right? Yeah. There you go. Zach Gallen, we've made the deal. Zach Neto's going to the Dodgers. But Zach Gallen, welcome. Just a year left, obviously. But man, oh man, oh man. Man, we have no budget. We have 51K right now. But Zach Gallen, here we go. Big time trade. Yeah, so we get Gunnar Henderson. We get Zach Gallen and now Felix Bautista. So a very big time free agent. Let's just throw him in right now. Yeah, I understand. So Zach Gallen will be our number one guy. Actually, we probably should have Peyton Tolley. Honestly, I think Tolley's our number one. Gallen, Rogers, Klassen, Henderson with Rodriguez. I'm probably going to throw in Rodriguez. I'm going to give him a shot. Henderson can be in the bullpen. Yeah. And then let's put Gunnar in there. And then let's move these things around right now. Let's do that immediately. So let's do... let's just move Josue DePaula to actual first base. Let's move him to first. And then we're going to move Mayo over to third. And then let's move Murakami over to second base. So that one works. Move him to second, third. There you go. All right. And let's move this around. He goes to second. Mayo to third. DH Trout. Center field is going to be Enrique Bradfield Jr. Got a lot of lefties in this lineup. Did not even think about that. So that's it. That's what it's going to be. I'm not even going to have really. There's not even going to be a competition. Really, maybe we move Gunnar number 2. Gunnar 2 lead off with Murakami. All right, let's do that. And then yeah, that's fine. Put him at third. DH Trout is the second. And that's going to be Enrique Bradfield Jr. Possibly could think about, depending on how lefties match up. We'll see. But yeah, Nicky Hoover's going to stay. Yeah, the whole thing, too, is going to be a lot of our young guys. But I think a lot of our young guys have a lot to prove. They really do. They haven't proved anything yet. So, I don't think any of them deserve to get the call-up yet. But this team looks very good. Very good. I think we can just sim through the rest. I'm perfectly fine just simming through here. Well, again, that is wild to see. You can see the whole schedule from last year. Didn't even think about that. All right, let's continue to sim through. Nah, just keep going. We don't have any money to spend as is, so it doesn't really matter. Josh Hader going to the Red Sox. Man, they signed another one. 4-year deal, $84 million. Byron Buxton's going to the Blue Jays. 3 years, $120 million. So he will not finish off, obviously, his career in Minnesota anymore. So there you go. The Dodgers, dude. It's just insane. George Kirby going to the Dodgers. 7 years, $257 million. That's why it didn't even matter. The Dodgers are like, you know what? Here you go. You take Zach Gallen. We'll take Neto because we're just going to go out and sign a big-time pitcher. It's crazy. It's insane. So let's get to the arbitration, and then I'm going to look at the rest of free agency here. Valdez, 1-year deal, goes to the Giants. So I'm sure there was more signings. Let's see. All right. Oh, another. Yordan Alvarez is going to the Blue Jays as well on a 1-year deal. So the Blue Jays are trying to keep up with the Boston Red Sox. Arbitration for Kobe Mayo. Sided with Mayo. Sided with, organization. We'll absolutely take that. Sided with the Angels organization for Peyton Tolley, $900,000. Sided with us. So he's making $13.6 million. And then sided with the 8. Man, okay. Arbiter's all about us, that's for sure. Let's stop for a second. So DeLauder, worked with us from Campero, Rodriguez. Get into free agency real quick. Let's see. Let's just see. So Jimenez, 2-year deal with the Marlins. Jordan Beck and Eugenio Suarez are going to go to the Twins. Wilson Contreras to the Dodgers. Dylan Lee to the White Sox. Murphy to the Brewers. Fortes to the Rangers. Cutter Crawford going to the Yankees. Christopher Morel going back to the Rays. Luis Castillo back to the Reds. Anybody else? Stram, Tanner Scott. They're beefing up their bullpen there in Arizona. Zach Veen, a kind of low pick there. Former top prospect going to the Boston. Same with J.J. Bleday. He's going to the Twins. Mitch Keller going to the Cardinals on a 1-year deal. A lot of 1-year deals here, obviously, except that George Kirby deal. Mason Montgomery to the A's. Phil Maton now going to the Orioles. Langelier's going to the Astros, so we'll see him. I think we saw a lot of these. Jose Soriano is going to sign with the Mariners. We've all signed with the Red Sox. Can you go by team? Let's see. Yeah, so you can see the Boston Red Sox making some deal. I want to see the Dodgers. Who was the most signings? Was it the Reds? The Reds signed a lot. It's funny. They're trying to sign him. O'Neal Cruz is going to the Reds. Anybody else that got bigger than them? The Rangers end up signing 5 guys. Yeah, we were right up there. The Twins. A lot of free agents there. Royals didn't sign anybody. It's kind of crazy that like, a team would not sign anybody. Orioles only going after one. And yeah, we technically have $20 million to spend. So you could maybe add kind of like a bullpen arm if it's there. Let me see something real quick. Now we have right now at the moment 25 on our roster. So wait, let's see how many pitchers we have. Because I think 14 is the max. We got obviously 5 in the rotation. 1, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could add another bullpen arm. Technically. Bench, you could add somebody to the outfield, but see, Brujan can play outfield, Jeremiah Jackson can play outfield, and so can Blaze Alexander. They can all play the outfield. I mean, unless you want like a true outfield guy, that could be a possibility. Like, let's see who's even out there. Let's go to all. Miles Straw. Man, Durant has not signed with anybody. That's wild to see. Anthony Volpe just sitting there in free agency. I mean, is anybody we want to kind of get low? Like, is there anybody like possible potential-wise that we could kind of just sign that could go down to like the minors by any chance? I wish I could sort through that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody there. That probably would have been a little bit before in free agency. I didn't really think about that because there probably is some guys we could probably sign. But honestly, you can probably do that later. Like I could just go through a free agency and sign a few guys because I don't see anything there. So maybe it's just a reliever. Cole Sands is still sitting there. We could get another lefty out of the bullpen. Gabe Spire. Not bad last season with the Yankees. That's a possibility because we only have the one lefty at the moment. AJ Minter, Alvarado, Caleb Ferguson. Solid year with Boston. 74 innings pitched, 71 Ks. So maybe Caleb Ferguson, what does he want? He wants not too much there. So maybe we add Caleb Ferguson and gets another lefty out of the bullpen. And we'll just offer him like $7 million a year. All right, let's sim through here. I don't think I think he would sign. He does. He signs. So Caleb Ferguson signs, gives us another lefty out of the bullpen. I think that'll really much do it. Sided with Blaze Alexander. Sided with Vidal Brujan. So the arbiter there at the end signs with the players. And that'll bring us to spring training. Now, we're not going to have as much competition in spring training, that's for sure, because we pretty much know our lineup. There's nothing really going on there. It's just going to be probably about bench players, but nothing crazy there. But I think the real thing we got to look at here in spring training is we're just going to sim through it, obviously, and get into opening day, is the pitching rotation. Now, you can see we switched up Klassen Rodriguez, Bremner, Henderson, and Gregory Alford. I'm just going to make sure that these guys actually get starts. I want to see who's going to be our 4 and 5 guys. Right now, Klassen would really have to screw up not to be in the rotation, but the 5th spot is up for grabs. So we're giving everybody a shot there. Lineup-wise, I mean, this lineup is good to go. We have no issues there. I think the bench is probably good as well. You know, Fernando Rios is not going to make it. But who knows? We might have an outstanding, like Pena Lugo could, really play well and make a tough decision. So we get through the rest of spring. We got about a day left, obviously. And I'm going to make the moves now because if you don't do that, the CPU just does whatever they want, even though it's on the manual. So let's take a look. So George Klassen, 4.13 ERA with a 1.38 whip. And then Logan Henderson, the whip's high, but a 3.63 ERA. Yeah, Bremner Rodriguez got destroyed. 6.95 ERA. Gregory Alford 3.97 with a 1.28 whip. Okay. I'm thinking now, obviously, like I said, Klassen's probably 4. Maybe Henderson's the 5th spot now. Gregory Alford got a chance, 2 years ago? In 27 2/3 innings, 5.2 ERA with a 1.59 whip. Struggled a little bit struggled mainly throughout the year in AAA. Logan Henderson, obviously, we acquired from in a trade last year, 5.29 ERA with a 1.3 whip. I mean, the whip's not bad. I think Logan Henderson's your number 5 guy. Rodriguez, I'm thinking we're going to send down. That's just not good. I know it's spring training. You might be working on things, but you got to show me something. He struggled last year. It's really a shame. It really is. Bremner, just not ready either. Look at the offensive stats here. Even though we're good to go, anybody do anything crazy? I mean, it's funny how Mike Trout just leads in home runs in spring. Last year in spring he hit 10 home runs. It's just it's crazy. Look at Fernando Rios. Now that's only 7 at bats. So you can't really say too much there. They like Lugo, 4 at bats. They're just not getting the at bats that they would get. So let's start. Got to get obviously down to 26. So Elmer Rodriguez does have 1 option left. So he is going to be sent down. He has an option. Hopefully he dominates in AAA and we have to bring him back up, but I just can't start with him right now. So that'll use up that last option. Bremner, we're going to move down. Yeah, Henderson's going to be your 5th man in the rotation at the moment, and he still has 1 more option, so we're good there. Gregory Alford, great job in the spring, but we're going to send him down. Hopefully he does well in AAA. And that should be it there. Relievers, I think we're solid. I don't think we have to move anybody down. Yeah, I think we're good. We don't have to move anybody there at all. Paul Park, we'll start him in AAA. He dominated AA and struggled in AAA, but we'll move him up to AAA. Yeah, Davalilo, we're going to send him down to AAA. All right, second base is a lot. So, Kyron Paris, I'd like to move him down, but he's out of options. So has Brujan. They're out of options. It just I'm thinking just sending Jeremiah Jackson down for the moment, giving Kyron Paris just a chance. Because Jackson has 2 options left. Just see what Kyron Paris, give him 1 more shot before we do anything with that. And he could stay on the Major League roster. That's the move I think we're going to make right now. Luis Pena, I want to send down, but he doesn't have any more options left. How did he run out of options at 21? This is a concern. I'm not getting rid of Luis Pena. So, I'd rather see him get at bats. But he's going to have to stay on the Major League roster. I'm not getting rid of him. Wow, that's really crazy. He's out of options already. He's going to stay on the roster. He'd be claimed in an instant. I mean, we could try to trade him, but I don't want to trade him. Luckily, Joshua Lugo has 2 options left, so we'll send him down. But Lugo's a guy who's not that far away, obviously. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, like Matthew Lugo, he's out of options. He'd be claimed as well. He might be a trade candidate. We might look to trade Matthew Lugo. Just to get something in return instead of hitting like waivers in the sense. Fernando Rios has options left. Theodoso does not. But I'm fine letting him hit waivers. If he clears waivers, absolutely fantastic. He's back. But I don't really... If we lose him, 29 years old, see potential, 71 overall, it's not going to be anything crazy, so I'm fine letting that go. Campero, Tucker Flint has an option left, and we'll send him down to AAA, and probably Campero as well. Man, this AAA team is going to be very good. So with that, we needed a spot open. I was thinking maybe Kyron Paris we trade, but I think I'd rather give Kyron Paris a shot, obviously, than Matthew Lugo. So instead of losing him to waivers where he'll definitely be claimed, we're going to try to work out a deal. I mean, good arm, good speed. His fielding needs a lot of work, obviously, and he's a mediocre hitter, just can play multiple positions. Probably be good, a very, very good defensive guy. I was thinking maybe just keeping him on the roster at first, but I was like, it's just not going to work out. So we're going to try to make a deal with the Cubs. Adrian Escalona, he is a reliever, B potential, 24 years old. He was drafted in the 2026 draft round 3. He's right now the 11th ranked prospect for the Cubs. I tried to look around the majors. There is not a whole lot. This is what I came up with, and the deal is accepted. So Matthew Lugo, he is no longer with us. We just got something at least for him because he would have just been claimed and nothing would have happened. Man, we are in some tough roster territory right now, but that is going to bring us to opening day. Peyton Tolley will be on the mound. We're taking on the Atlanta Braves on opening day in Atlanta. That's a interesting matchup to start out this season. I think we take a look at the now rotation lineups. Let's take a look. So Peyton Tolley, Zach Gallen, Trevor Rogers, George Klassen, and Logan Henderson will round out our rotation. Rodriguez, Keller, Joyce, Holton, Ferguson, Vest, and Felix Bautista will be our bullpen. I think it's a very good bullpen. I think it's a very good rotation. And this lineup should mash. Murakami, Henderson, Trout, Mayo, Hoover, DePaula, Ohapi, Bradfield Jr., and Chase DeLauder. You got Brujan Rodriguez, Pena now on the bench. Kyron Paris is going to be there. With Pena being there, I ended up sending down Blaze Alexander. I just rather get Pena some playing time. Actually, I want to look at this AAA lineup. Let's take a look at it. You got Joshua Lugo, Fernando Rios, Jeremiah Jackson's down here, Blaze Alexander, Tucker Flint, Campero, Schumann, Davalillo, and if Theodoso clears waivers, he'll go in down there. But man, this AAA lineup, pretty impressive actually. You have some guys that are major league guys. It's kind of crazy, but that's going to bring us to Atlanta. Opening day, season number 4 about to get underway. And this might be the most exciting season. Last year, we weren't quite sure if we could get there. We finally did. We made some moves. We get to the playoffs and maybe squeaked in at 82-80. This year, they're projecting us at 92-70. They still have Trout leading us in home runs. Hopefully, Gunnar can hit 40. Love to see Trout stay healthy and hit 40 as well. But this lineup, this team has the opportunity to do some damage. We're projected, you can see, second in the AL West. I think they're projecting the A's to win the division. But Logan Gilbert comes over in free agency to the Braves. 13 wins last year. And let's get it going. Season number 4 about to get underway. Murakami's going to lead us off. 2-1. Man, that splitter is so slow. 82 miles an hour. Insanely slow. 2-2 pitch to Murakami, and we swing through. Just 82 splitter, 96 fastball. It's crazy. Gunnar Henderson, massive acquisition. Hits 50 home runs last year. Look at Aaron Judge. He's 9 away from 500 home runs. And I believe there's another player just close, too. There's 2 guys very close to hitting 500 home runs. As this one hit well deep to center field, it is carrying out there, but it looks like it's going to run out of room. And that's going to be a fly out to center field. So Gunnar Henderson, first at bat as an Angel, fly out. As here comes Mike Trout, 39 home runs last year, and he missed 2 months. You know, there's a chance that if he stays healthy, he hits near 50, could be an MVP candidate, but he would have made the All-Star team. There he goes, Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber was the other one. He's going to probably reach it this year, too. As that is going to be a little kind of, I don't know, a little ground. It's not even a ground out. A little dribbler out for out number 3. As we'll go to Peyton Tolley, 13-11. Now ends up to be in the ace this year. I think he has, obviously, ace-like stuff, no doubt about it. As we'll get out underway against this Braves lineup. Very good lineup here. As Matt Olson will start us off. As this is hit well, but it's going to be foul. Look at Bryce Harper. He's, 25 away from 500. You're going to have 3 guys hitting 500 home runs this year. It's kind of crazy. As swing and a miss, strike 3, he goes down. And heck, the way, Joey Ohtani's been killing, but he hit 64 home runs in the previous season. I think he's very close to 500 home runs as well. So he'll be on his way. I don't think he's going to slow down any. Man, a lot more guys that I thought could be at 500 home runs. As Acuna Jr. crushes this deep to center field, kind of like Gunnar Henderson's. And this is going to be at the track, just short. 101 off the bat, just not enough. Wind might be coming in here today. Probably, not as hot as you want it to be, where the ball carries a lot better. It happens. We'll take that down for a strike. Austin Riley to the plate. Yeah, this is a good 1-2-3 lineup. Takes that outside for a ball, so he'll work it to a 3-2 count as Anthony Santander on deck. I think they acquired him in free agency as well. As this is ripped for a base hit. So the Braves get their first hit of the season as Riley will reach here on a 2-out base hit. Now Santander, the switch hitter, to the plate. 2-1, gets jammed. DeLauder is going to chase it down. He's got it, out number 3. All right, nothing there in the first. Nice job from Peyton Tolley. Here in this second inning, there's already a man on, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So the Braves with 2 outs here in this second, trying to get something rolling. Back-to-back hits. A chance for Cody Clemens to come through. 2-2 pitch to Cody Clemens, and he swings through for strike 3. Nice job from Peyton Tolley to get out of that in the second. Let's head to the third. Got one away here. Enrique Bradfield Jr. to the plate. He gets jammed, but that's going to bloop in for a base hit. And there is our first base hit of the season. Half tempted about going to second base with his speed, but we'll hold up there because we know we can steal second probably with ease. As now Chase DeLauder comes to the plate. And he's going to throw over to first base. The one thing about the disengagements, like if you throw over twice and you have obviously no more disengagements, I mean, why wouldn't you just take a massive lead? It's not like he can throw over there. But we're going here. Yeah, we're in there with ease. I mean, he had a great season last year, Enrique Bradfield Jr. Hopefully he continues to get better. I'd love to see him steal 40 bags this year. I think he definitely has that potential easily with that speed. All right, 2-1 to Chase DeLauder. Base hit's going to drive in a run here as he rips that foul in front of that fastball. So down to 94. He was throwing 96 in the first. 2-2 pitch here to Chase DeLauder. And then that's 98. So just like that in 2 pitches, he goes from 94 to 98. He's switching up the speeds of the fastball. And that got us late there. And it's a little pop-up for out number 2. So it's going to be up to Murakami to come through with the 2-out base hit to knock in the first run of the season. The speed difference is just insane. It's got me right now. I haven't played this game in a few days, so the speed is a little bit tough. 1-2, and yeah, we're late. Pop up to Riley at third base, and that'll do it. So, can't get in Enrique Bradfield Jr. Still a scoreless ball game. Bottom half of the third here. 3-2 pitch coming up. And, man, he rips this one deep. Nicky Hoover chasing it back, and Nicky Hoover chases it down. Great job there by the youngster. So, one away with a man here on first base. Austin Riley. You can see down below, they're projected right behind the Dodgers. So 93 wins, projected to win this NL East. Up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Riley make him 2 for 2 in this ball game. Trouble brewing here in this third inning. The thing is, too, the pitch count is getting up there already for Peyton Tolley. This will be pitch number 66. Ground ball. Can we turn this? Gunnar Henderson over to Murakami, who turns it for a 6-4-3 double play. Fantastic. All right, Gunnar Henderson going to start us off here in this 4th inning. That's hit up the middle. With his speed, I hope he can beat this out. He can, and Gunnar Henderson has his first base hit. And first hit as an Angel, and there you go. Oh, Trout's going to rip that one. That's going to get down for a base hit. So back-to-back hits here to start off this 4th inning. try to get this offense going. I just think the potential of this offense is top-notch. This could be the best offense in baseball. Toby Mayo's going to get through for a base hit. We're going to hold up Gunnar Henderson there at third base. With nobody down, no real reason to risk it. So 3 straight hits. And now Nicky Hoover will make his way to the plate. This will be the first, obviously, full season for Nicky Hoover. Same thing. I just expect great things from Nicky Hoover. Same thing with the guy hitting behind him and Josue DePaula. I mean, these guys are going to just, I think, mash down here. 1-2 pitch now to Nicky Hoover. And he rips this one, but foul. Man, that would have been at least 2. Right there, man, just in front of that 96. All right, 1-2 once again here to Hoover. And we'll take that up high for a ball. Nice take there, because I'm really terrible at those. That's for sure. So now up to a 2-2 count. And Hoover rips this one, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Pretty much station to station, but we get the first run on the board. Nicky Hoover with an RBI base hit. It was just hit so well that we had to wait and see if it was going to be caught. It was not. All right, it's a 1-0 ball game, but still bases loaded with nobody down. And DePaula's going to fly this to center field. Trout really doesn't have much speed as much anymore, and we're going to hold him back. It would have been close. It would have been really close. It just didn't hit. To me, it wasn't hit deep enough. We're just going to trust in Logan O'Hoppe to come through. So still remains bases loaded. I'll take that outside for a ball. So it works it to a 2-1 count. Yeah, it was a tough decision. You know, I'm not sure. So we'll see if that comes back to bite us here. 2-1. Look out, Mike Trout there at third base. Gets over his head. But it's going to be a foul ball. Now 2-2 to Logan O'Hoppe. Gilbert pitch count rising here in this inning. Pitch number 70. They're going to say strike 3, but I don't think it was. We're going to challenge this one. And we win it by, oh man, how close is that? Extremely close. So now it gets us to a 3-2 count. Staying alive here. And O'Hoppe's going to ground this. That's maybe worse. Much worse. 5-4-3 double play. At least a strikeout. We would have still had a shot with 2 outs. Man, that's rough. And we only get 1 run on the board with bases loaded, no outs. Twice. Man. That's tough. So leadoff base hit here in the 5th. Braves trying to get right back. I mean, it's only a 1-run deficit. So Cody Clemens to the plate. Struck out earlier. Swings through that fastball at 99. We'll go slider away. And a ground ball. Chance to turn another double play. It's exactly what we're going to get. Big time double plays in this ball game here from both teams. So that's saving Peyton Tolley, but he's going to walk now Matt Olson, and now you're getting over 90 pitches here. I mean, this is going to be it for him. This could be one of his last batters as well, and that will be it. So Gunnar Henderson up with it over to first base, out number 3. So Peyton Tolley will give us 5 scoreless innings here on opening day. We'll go to the bullpen after that. Here's hoping we can just add to the lead here. As Gunnar Henderson has his second hit on a 3-2 pitch, rips that up the middle. And with the pitch count at Logan Gilbert's at, I think that probably will be it for him as well. Yep, that's it. Braves go to the bullpen, so both pitchers go 5 innings. He goes 5+, obviously, facing 1 batter. But, yeah, pitch counts really rose up in this game. All right, Mike Trout, base hit earlier. We're going to take here because Gunnar Henderson's going to take second base with ease. So gets into scoring position just like that. We trust Trout. You know, we trust the batter's eye. I mean, technically, I'm the batter's eye. So, do I trust myself? I don't know. Obviously not, because that was absolutely awful. I thought that was a fastball. And then you notice halfway through it's a slider, and you just go, oh no. And your finger's already on the button. It's just disastrous. So Kobe Mayo will now come to the plate here. 2-1 count to start off with him. We'll take that outside for a ball. I feel like sometimes you just get too anxious, too aggressive. Just got to calm down and just, concentrate on the pitch. And that's the worst out you could possibly get. It's a nice snag over there at first base from Olsen. Not the greatest throw, but it'll be up to Nicky Hoover. Only run on the board so far through this game here in the 6th inning. Takes that down low for a ball. 2-2 to Nicky Hoover. Oh, he crushes this one, and it just curves foul. Oh, man. How did that curve that much? I cannot believe that. The wind just must be crazy. Blowing out the right field, kind of in and to the right. 2-2, we'll take that up high for a ball. Because that really took off. Thought that was going to be a 2-run shot. 3-2 to Nicky Hoover. And hits this one well, but it's more off the end of the bat. It's not going to carry. Yeah, you can see the flags out there. Yeah, the wind is nuts. And that is going to do it. So Rodriguez comes out of the pen. Former Rule 5 guy, stayed on the team. He was sent down a little bit last year, but this year, give him another shot. That's a great pitch there to Santander for the strikeout. I think this bullpen has, last year we had a solid bullpen. I think this year just as well. And, Maytime pitched well with us, but he had 45 saves was the last year. Felix Bautista's kind of an, unknown. So we'll see what he does in these situations this year, because he wasn't the closer for the Orioles the last 2 seasons. And he struggled the year before coming back from injury. It's a interesting signing, but I just feel like he has the stuff and he's very good. So Michael Harris now trying to keep this Braves team alive here in the 6th inning after the base hit. 1-2 pitch to Harris. That's a good splitter. That's a really good splitter. That's exactly where you want it. Hey, if they're not going to go for it, don't hang that up there. That's perfect. So we'll try this again at 2-2. He's going to foul this one. DeLauder over. Oh, man, he can't get to it. He almost crashed into the wall there. The 2-2 once again here to Michael Harris. This time flies it to center. And Enrique Bradfield Jr. is over and out number 3 as Rodriguez gets through the 6th. Will Vest is going to come out of the bullpen. 33 holds last year. Great season, 3.15 ERA. As we're here in the 8th inning, still a 1-0 ball game. As Matt Olson will foul away that circle change inside. 1-2 pitch now. Let's go fastball away. There you go. Strike 3 gets Matt Olson. So 1 away here in this 8th inning. The way this is going, we're going to see Felix Bautista in this game, but we got to hang on. This Braves lineup is very good. And just like that, as I'm saying that, Ronald Acuna Jr., and that's going to be a double. DeLauder kind of having trouble there out and right, but he's not going for 3. So a 1-out double here in the 8th inning. Tying run aboard. Braves in business here. Austin Riley, you know the power he has. One swing could be gone, but ground ball to Mayo. Bobbles it a little bit there at third base, but still enough time to get him. So still 2 away here now in this 8th inning. Anthony Santander to the plate. 0 for 3. Strikeout, fly out, ground out. And he'll foul away that slider outside. Will Vest trying to hang on here. Get to the 9th inning. 1-2 pitch to Santander. And he hits this one to right. That's going to get down for a base hit, maybe a double. But the more important part is that this ball game is now tied here in the 8th inning. Change up, low and away. Santander just goes with it. And we're tied up here 1 apiece in the 8th. And we're still not out of it. We got to get out of it here. And a ground ball to DePaul is going to get us out. But that... oh, man. Disaster. We're tied up at 1 apiece. We get to the top half of the 9th now. Well, he does not like that call. He's going to challenge that one. I think that probably might have just caught the edge. It did. So it's overturned. 1-2 count. We got Mike Trout to the plate. Love a Mike Trout home run here. 1-2 to Trout. Hits this deep to center field. It is carrying well back, but it is going to run out of gas at the track. Honestly, I think we would have had multiple home runs here today if it wasn't for that wind. 103 off the bat. It probably would have been gone, but that wind just takes it away. So now 1 away here in this 9th inning. Kobe Mayo will take that outside for a ball. Nicky Hoover, the only run on the board comes from his at-bat. That's it. 3-1 and swing it through that splitter. Man, that is just... 90 feels like it's 81. 3-2. Oh, there you go. That might jam us a little bit, but it's going to get down for a base hit. So Kobe Mayo, we turn on that one at 97. We got a 1-out base hit. Go ahead, run aboard. Nicky Hoover down to the plate. You know what? Let's pinch run. Luis Pena is going to come in, the speedster, the youngster. I didn't want him up there this soon, but when you're out of options, you got to do what you got to do, but it could pay off. He's got crazy speed. I just want him to get at bats. And I'm not getting rid of him. I'm just not. We'll find some space for him. As Payne is going to take off. That is a strike, but he is going to be in there for a stolen base. It should be his first stolen base of his career, right? There you go. That's awesome. As this is going to be bobbled at first base by Olsen. They just get Hoover at first base. Pena moves to third. And Josue DePaula will come to the plate. 0 for 3 so far in this ballgame. Anthony Santander was 0 for 3. Got that go-ahead hit. Can DePaula be that as well? He'll take that down low for a ball. They're projecting Boston as the #1 team. Man, Seattle, they're projected 89 wins, even though that team has won 2 out of the last 3 World Series. And DePaula rips this one, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Pena scores, and Josue DePaula comes through here in the 9th inning to give us the lead once again. Man, that was fantastic. I wish I would have got out of the park, but still, we'll take it. As Ohapi is going to ground this to second over to first. That'll be the inning, but hey, we take the lead 2-1. As Felix Bautista will come out of the pen. Now the closer, 2023 reliever of the year. He was fantastic before the injury. And now, hopefully, he is back. 2-1 to Harris, and a grounder right back to him. So an easy play, out #1 here in this 9th inning. Sel Perez to the plate. Ground ball. Pena playing it perfectly down the line over to first base, and he got him there. So 2 away here in this 9th inning. 1 away from our first win. Start off this season right. And right at him, Pena again. Up with it over to first. Got him for out #3, and that is a victory. 2-1 here today. As really, it was the young guys that came through. Nicky Hoover, Josue DePaula. 2 RBI hits from the youngsters. And it's enough. 2-1 victory. I think we'll see a lot more from this offense as the season rolls on. I mean, 8 hits. I think just the win today, it was tough. You know, it's a little bit colder out there being opening day. So we'll see this offense, I think, really take off. Gunnar Henderson still had a couple of hits. 3 stolen bases from everybody. Peyton Tolley just goes 5 but strikes out 4. Doesn't allow anything. We'll see a lot more from Peyton Tolley as well. But that'll do it for this one. The offseason, what big move. I mean, the moves we made were just, I think, crazy moves we made. Getting Gunnar Henderson, really acquiring Zach Gallen, trading Zach Neto, I know is huge, but he's possibly going to be a free agent next year. So I think everything worked out in our favor. I just hope we can get Luis Pena some playing time. That's going to be the real key. But I think that's going to do it for today. We'll see it up next time. Hopefully it won't be too long, maybe a day or two. And we'll get well into this season #4. And hopefully this team can start to roll. Hopefully we can. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Really do appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.